This is number 39 from the 2024 Algebra 1 EOC. Line N is shown on the coordinate grid. The table of ordered pairs represents some points on line P. Which system of equations represents line N and line P? There's several ways you could do this problem. I am going to get both of my lines to slope-intercept form and then convert to standard. So we've got a little bit of work to do, but I'm going to walk you through every single step. So to start off with letter N, in order to get to slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, we need to know the slope and the y-intercept. Well, they already give us the y-intercept of 0, negative 2, so our y-intercept is just negative 2. So we know that we're going to end up plugging in for b, negative 2. But we still need to know the slope. So I'm going to use the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 to get the slope. So I'm just going to go ahead and label them x1, y1, x2, y2. And that just helps me to make sure that I don't get my numbers twisted or confused and I put them in correctly. So y2 is going to be 1 minus my y1 is negative 2 over x2 is also 1 minus x1 is 0. And so then if I just do that math, 1 minus negative 2 is positive 3 over 1 minus 0 is 1. So the slope for that equation is 3. So if I plug that in for slope-intercept, we're going to get y equals 3x minus 2. All right. Now, we still need to convert that to standard form, and we can do that by, first of all, moving this negative 2 over to the other side by adding 2 to both sides. So we're going to have 2 plus y is equal to 3x. And then I need to move my y to the other side in order to get it to standard form. So I'm going to subtract y from both sides. That way it cancels out on the left, and I'm left with 2 equals 3x minus y. Okay? That is the same thing as writing 3x minus y is equal to 2. And so if I look at my answer choices, I see that letter A has that. Letter B does not, so we're going to mark it out. Letter C also has that, and then letter D does not, so we can mark it out. So now we're at a 50-50 shot, and we're going to do that same whole process with line P. So I'm going to erase all of this, and we're going to do the same exact thing. So for line P, we see that we have the point 0, 4, so positive 4 is going to be our y-intercept. For our slope, we're going to do the same exact thing. So I'm going to label x1, y1, x2, y2, and I could pick any two of these points out of the table as long as I keep them in their ordered pairs. Okay, negative 1 goes with 6, 0 goes with 4, and so on. So y2 minus y1, we're going to do 4 minus 6 over x2 minus x1, which is 0 minus negative 1. If we do that math, we'll get 4 minus 6 is negative 2 over 0 minus negative 1 is going to be positive 1. So our slope would be negative 2. So now, again, we plug that in to slope-intercept form and get y equals negative 2x plus 4. So now we're going to move our x term to the other side by adding 2x to both sides. That's going to cancel and leave us with 2x plus y is equal to positive 4. And looking at our answer choices, we're going to see that letter A has that, so we're going to go with letter A.